Greetings. The Black Light. Get a little more light on the subject. Now, let's get in quickly on what we're trying to get you to see is that the government, Uncle Sam, it's about that time that they want to put a end to any kind of rights that you might think you have. They want total control of the population, and they want population reduction. They want to reduce the population in the black community. Now, people have been going around it. They don't want to touch on it. The reason why this is happening is because black people grow at a faster number. There are faster and more birth of melanated people than they are of Caucasians around the planet globally. And they know that the black and the brown and the in-between, the yellow, will overtake their populations here in the U.S. of A. That's why they get that census report. They want to see how fast, you're gaining on it. They're not producing babies like they used to. So they're using all that they can to reduce the population of the planet. They're using every kind of weapon they can. But their main weapon is technology. They just come and lie to you and you believe every word they say. So, when this coronavirus jumped off, they've been experimenting with disease or biological warfare for a long time. Using Tuskegee syphilis experiment as an example. Syphilis started in Europe and he brought it over here, and they brought the smallpox over here, See, now I'm going to tell you how the Caucasian gets his knowledge from the melanated people or the other cultures. For example, the gun or the gunpowder he got from the Chinese Marco Polo. The Arabs had a gun stick long before they knew what guns were for or gunpowder could be used as. And then they take these different weapons and enhance them or invent new ones. They didn't know nothing about medicine because the Muslims had to teach them, and Arabic algebra, that word algebra is an Arab word. Writing comes from the Arabs or the Muslims. Muslims taught them that the world was round, not flat. So They are paying people to lie to you. They are paying people to cause trouble, provocateurs. Now they say that they don't like China. They say they don't like Muslims. I mean, Muslims got terrorists, the Islamics, what they call them. You know, they want to come over here and kill everybody. Well, how come they over there in the oil fields collecting revenue from the oil fields? How come they built the Suez Canal over there in Africa, dividing Arabia from the Arabian Peninsula from Africa? Because they were all connected, the same continent. See, they say that the Chinese invented the coronavirus and put it on us. But it came out that they've been experimenting with the coronavirus, SARS, HIV, all them in their laboratories. But yet still, everything is made in China. Everything is made in China. They go over there to China to buy the electronics. Chinese is good at technology and electronics, but everything is made in China. Everything is made in Japan. China, Japan. And the only time they get mad at them is when China don't bow to their will. The only time they get mad with the Middle Easterners is when they don't let them take over their oil fields and oil wells. And what about Afghanistan? Afghanistan was a place where the Americans, Uncle Sam was helping Afghanistan fight Russia. Afghanistan, with the aid of the United States, beat Russia. Now they over there, the U.S. over there. See, they get friendly with you, so they can move in on you and take your poppy fields or whatever you got over there, oil or whatever. Africa, some Ethiopia, Somalia, Nigeria. They get friends with you, loan you some money. They do the same trick over and over and over again to each country. Brazil, everything is a stage. 9/11. So this martial law is what they want. They put on you. Final stages of martial law. So they play these little tricks, mind tricks with the people. People fall for it because you don't think that the United States will hurt their own citizens. Well, most white people think that. But they don't care about y'all. Y'all are paupers. If y'all know your own history, you always know that royalty lived in the castle. And that's why they had those moats with alligators in them. And the paupers, worked in the fields, and the king and the queen, was getting all the benefits, and y'all wasn't getting nothing. So that's why when y'all came over here to America, decided to take over America, y'all said, we're not going to have no kings and queens. We're going to have a president. And we're going to make this a corporation. you know. But they tried to break away from Europe and London. But the Rothschilds, you know, started loaning them money. And when they loaned them money, they charged them interest, and they made the currency interest. The currency is really interest. And in the Bible, it speaks against uh, using interest, you know, the Holy Quran, all of them. But, you know, the ones that do all the technology, better known as Satan or the devil, all he got to do is make you fall in love with paper money and give you some, and you'll go against your own mother. You'll kill your own mother for it. But he knows how to condition your mind, you know, your body and your soul now. Because the food that he's giving you is poisoning the atmosphere. He's poisoning the atmosphere, poisoning the water, poisoning your food, poisoning your minds. So, you don't believe me or don't believe me, but for my brothers and sisters, my black brothers and sisters, you're going to need to have a righteous united black front all over the planet. Separate from these devils. Let them fight each other. We quit fighting each other. Join forces and live off the universe. Black light.